Guys, Bitcoin had a big drop yesterday, and in today's video I am going to talk about what this means and why we saw this big drop. I'm also going to answer the most important question right now, and that is of course whether this drop is now going to continue after this big bounce, or if this bounce is going to continue towards the upside and that we're gonna see higher prices. Guys, very important video today. I'm gonna show you a couple of different charts showing us what the next major move is gonna be. Also, I do have a little bit of speculation actually as to why and who is actually selling most of this crypto. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end. Welcome back everybody, my name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. And yes, in yesterday's video I said that we have lost this orange box and that the next major point of support would be the next orange box, which was all the way down at $58,000. Now, what happened after that? We went down first to $61,000. We did have a little bit of a bounce, and then the news came that Mt. Gox was gonna start to distribute the Bitcoin that the creditors had on the exchange. So they would start distribute that in July actually. So this caused a lot of fear in the market obviously, with 140,000 Bitcoin potentially being dumped into the open market by the people who receives these. Now, I will talk about this in a little bit more of a detail soon, but just know that that was one of the key things that triggered this drop as well. But look at this, guys. We went down, and as you know, this orange box at $58,000, huge point of support, and we almost came down to it, but the bulls stepped in about $400 before this edge, and we had on the candle closing basis also support level at $59,000. So we managed to close the candles above this point, and we managed to not even touch the orange box here. But yes, this was a significant drop, and where we are at right now is the following. We do have a resistance level now at $61,000. So this is the first one we'll need to break through. Now, in terms of us potentially going down, we do have, this is a massive support level. And if we go to the daily time frame and we flip on the moving averages, you can see that we also have this green moving average. This is actually the 200-day moving average here, right inside of the orange box. So should we have another drop here, then this level is gonna be very strong, guys. I do think it's gonna take a lot for us to break down from this. Yes, it caused a lot of panic with the Mt. Gox Bitcoin potentially being distributed as soon as July, but now we have had that news already, and let's see where this bounce is going to take us. The first level to conquer is the $61,000 level here. So let's keep our eyes on that. What's interesting is that the altcoin market has had a nice bounce. In fact, the Bitcoin price went down lower than altcoins yesterday. And you can see that the Bitcoin dominance fell actually pretty significantly here on the last drop here. So it was mainly Bitcoin being dumped here. So that could signal a couple of different things. It could signal that altcoin sellers are exhausted, meaning that most of the sellers of altcoins, they've already sold, and that yeah, this was an isolated event, not isolated completely, but this was primarily a Bitcoin drop. So maybe it was primarily a Bitcoin drop because Mt. Gox, they're gonna distribute Bitcoin, not altcoins. So that could have something to do with it, but yeah, let's talk about why this is significant here. And 140,000 Bitcoin could potentially be distributed in July to the creditors. Now, what we need to know here is that when you are owed Bitcoin, if you're a creditor, you had a claim. So you have a claim, let's say you had 10 Bitcoin on the exchange. So you have a claim of 10 Bitcoin to Mt. Gox. Now, during these years, remember, this happened in 2014. During all of these years, there has been different institutions who have been trying to buy these claims. So they say that instead of you getting those 10 Bitcoin back, let's say I pay you right now 7 Bitcoin or 8 Bitcoin, and I get that claim from Mt. Gox. So this has been happening for over 10 years already. And the people that are getting their Bitcoin right now are the people who have resisted. They have resisted to sell those claims, which could mean that they are actually diamond hands. In fact, there are some analysts right now predicting that most of this Bitcoin that is going to be distributed in July is not even going to hit the market, that it's going to be from diamond hands primarily, and that they're not going to dump it into the open market. This is of course something that is just speculation. It is not something we can be sure of at all, but there is some data suggesting that yeah, you're not going to see all of this 140,000 Bitcoin being instantly dumped into the open market. In fact, what the data suggests is that these are people who are potentially going to just hold these Bitcoin over time, because if they wanted to sell, they already had good offers to sell it for the last 10 years by selling those claims. So that is the first thing we need to know. The second thing is that traditional markets right now, also, they had a little bit of a pullback yesterday. We do have this resistance level. So traditional markets are going down a little bit. However, we are still at a very good point for traditional markets. So I don't see a reason to completely panic based on that. And potentially you could see a little bit of an altcoin recovery. In fact, that is what you're seeing right now. And as you know, guys, I'm very bullish on Lingo. It's one of few altcoins that I think is actually gonna do pretty well here with the token launch, because this is one of the most hyped projects in recent times. They do have their pre-sale, by the way, on the 22nd of June, so make sure to go to my Twitter if you want to know more about that. I retweeted this one right here, but you check out their Twitter by going to Lingo Coins. So in terms of altcoins, we're still seeing Phantom go up. You're seeing some of these ones, you're seeing meme coins have a recovery. So maybe we're gonna see a little bit on altcoin recovery here, and some of the launches with quality coins could potentially start to do well again. But overall, I'm gonna say the same thing as I've been saying for many months. You need to be specific with your altcoins. Don't hold 50 altcoins and expect all of them to do well. Now you need to be specific, you need to pick the right altcoins, and you need to be very selective. And let's continue, because Bitcoin has hit a historical RSI level. So this is actually on the daily time frame. You can see the RSI down here at the bottom, and we are at extreme oversold levels. And the last time, in fact, we have hit it 3 times in the past. And the first time, once we hit the same level of oversold here, we went up by 60%. Second time, we went up by 62%. Third time, we went up by 200%. So this signals that the market is exhausted. Sellers are exhausted, and we could potentially be in for a little bit of a nice little bit of a bounce here, almost reaching the orange box, obviously. And then we could see this continue towards the upside if history is any indication of the past. What I also wanted to show you is this tech dev chart is on the monthly time frame. Again, you have the RSI here, and every single peak of the cycle has hit this higher trend line, this trend line at the top. So first time we hit the peak right here, we hit it, and in fact also the lower trend line has been the bottom. So if you just buy at the sell at the top, buy at the bottom, you have done really well here for the monthly time frame. Again, here you can see the peak of the market was when we hit the RSI. Bottom, we hit it right here. Peak when we hit the RSI right here. Now, if we saw the peak of the cycle at $70,000 or $74,000, just know that we have not hit the channel here on the trend line on the RSI. So that would mean that this pattern is not valid anymore. So I think that we're going to have a second phase of the market. So something like this, where you have a peak, you have a pullback, and then boom, you start to go up again. So I do think that that is actually what is going to happen. That's what I'm betting on, not financial advice, but that is what I believe is going to happen, that you're going to see that second part of the cycle. And we are in fact going to go up and hit the RSI level up here. It does make sense. And let's talk about who is potentially selling the crypto right now. Why are the markets seeing such pullbacks? Well, Jump's Karia, who is the president of Jump Crypto, he is stepping down. He's stepping down, and let me take this a little bit further. So Jump Crypto, we know that they were involved a lot with FTX. They were involved a lot with Luna and with Solana and a lot of other things as well. But they were deeply connected to FTX. They were deeply connected to Alameda. In fact, they were the ones who, when Luna collapsed, they actually defended the peg in the first instance when it went down. So we know that they have been doing some stuff in the past. We also know that they are under heavy investigation from the US authorities. So he is stepping down. And is this just a coincidence given that they are under investigation? Well, Adam Cochran believes that it would not surprise him if Jump Crypto, remember, one of the biggest crypto funds out there, that they are actually winding down their crypto business and that they are selling Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana because they are, they're just throwing in the towel and liquidating their crypto division. So that would explain how even ETF inflows didn't counteract endless sells. So someone has been selling, and it could actually be that Jump Crypto has been doing that based on their just winding down their operations. So we will see about that. Finally, what I wanted to say is there's an US election this year. It's happening in November. Now, historically, you do see volatility from July to November. You see it spike by 25% historically. Now, this could be primarily due to investors hedging positions with options due to uncertainty around the election. However, usually we also see a 3 to 5% pullback a month before the election. So be prepared for that. But after that, we usually see a rally from the election day of 9.5% until the end of the year. So from mid-November, you could see a rally of about 10% for traditional markets until the end of the year. So I just wanted to point that out as well, guys. And with Bitcoin being at such a low price right now could be the time to accumulate a position, whether it is using my trading strategies or just buying Bitcoin. You do have the best deposit bonuses available in the links in the description. So just go down, you have Bybit up to $30,000 on Bybit by using this link. You have up to 60,000 OKX and you have up to $40,000 on BitGet. So make sure to take advantage of that. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in the next one.